What's going on, guys? Welcome to another episode of Smash JT. And you saw the title of the video. Yes, it's true. The social experiment that I had no idea what I was getting myself into is coming to an end. It lasted about a week, and we can sum it up by saying it was an absolute epic fail. Smash JT. I knew it was going to be controversial putting this in motion just to see what happens with the videos that I make and the reaction of the community. And holy crap, there was quite a reaction. It divided a lot of people. There was support saying that they backed me no matter what I did, and there'd be people saying that they couldn't stand what I was doing. They were frustrated with every action I was taking no matter what it was, and everything in between. What happened with the experiment? Well, after I made that video, I made a quick follow-up just saying like, oh yeah, there's a lot of haters, there's people that are coming at me from every angle. People took that like I can't take criticism. I can take criticism. I was talking straight up people that were hating on me just for the sake of being angry. They weren't providing any kind of feedback, they were just angry. Regardless of that, okay, so we had two videos since that came out. The one about Pat and Ian, which basically blew up. I knew it would because it's Pat and Ian. They are complete laughingstock of what YouTube gaming is. Nobody takes them seriously anymore for good reason. All of their opinions are null and void when they have an angle just to attack things for attention. And then on the other side of things, we had Superliminal, which is an indie puzzler in the vein of Portal that I absolutely fell in love with and gave it rave ratings when I reviewed it, saying that everyone needs to give this thing a chance if they have the time. And that fell flat on its face. And I knew it would. I truly knew it would. I was really hoping that that 48-hour video thing would kickstart people into thinking, okay, if this is only going to be up for 48 hours, I need to get on it now. It didn't. It didn't at all. Like, I would say it was basically the equivalent of if I did absolutely nothing different. It had about, give or take, just over 300 views as of this moment of recording right now, which is close to 48 hours later. And people look at it and say, oh, it has over 600 views. That's where I gotta talk to you guys about something I started doing, thinking that I was going to be helping the situation, and I woke up in the middle of the night and put an end to it because I'm like, what am I doing? I decided to advertise it with my Patreon money to get it to 1,000 views, thinking that that was a way around to circumvent everything so that we're able to keep these videos that weren't getting the attention on my channel without unlisting them so that everyone would still be able to see them, and they'd get over 1,000 views, and I'd be using the money from my Patreon to get it there so everybody's happy and everybody wins. But then at the end of the day, I'm like, why am I doing this? Why am I spinning tires here? It doesn't make any sense. I mean, just to hit this arbitrary number of 1,000 views for something that is not well known in the community at large, not being talked about by bigger YouTubers, so of course it's not going to have the same impact when I drop it. I need to recognize PK, who also runs a second channel called Random Man. He made a fantastic point in one of his videos talking about how it's an indie game and that these studios need all the attention they can get.
Indie developers. Like, for example, the one he just recently did a review on, because I was thinking about it. If he unlists a Breath of the Wild video, who cares? Nintendo doesn't care. There's like 1 million people who've made that video. But my point is, I just feel like it's one thing to do it to Nintendo or PlayStation. It's another thing to do it to a small developer. I mean, that's like doing it to a small business is the way I look at it. You know, like you gave a small business attention and then all of a sudden decided to pull your attention away because it wasn't giving you what you wanted.
When I heard that, I was like, oh my god, you're so right. You're so right. Like, me doing that is just taking away from the efforts of these small indie developers. They sent me the code for review. I reviewed it. It stands to reason that I'm doing that on my part. I should leave it up for them to get all the attention it deserves. And taking it down is not the right thing to do in that case. And then I started to think back on the entire situation. And I was like, okay, people don't want to watch videos that aren't drama. They don't care if it's something that's just a generic, I guess you could say, review of a game or just casually talking about video game news if it doesn't interest them. I shouldn't blame the viewer for that. I need to take accountability myself. I think a lot of it was I was trying to make the viewers be accountable for what they view, whereas I'm the creator, I run this channel, I need to be accountable for the videos that I put out and stand behind everything that I make. And in that, I think I see where a lot of frustration was coming from. I wasn't trying to do this to make money. I know there were a lot of people that were like trying to twist it into the most nefarious scheme you could think of. All these videos were just being unlisted. They weren't being privated. They weren't being removed or deleted. They're still up on smashjt.com if people wanted to watch them. They're still available to see. So it wasn't like I was taking them down and trying to get people to join my Patreon. Like I said in my haters video, that was just like throwing my Patreons a bone because they've been supporting me since the beginning, that I do something for them. But it wasn't anything to try to make money off of. And it's funny though, because any action you take, there are certain members in the community that will look at it and be like, okay, what's his angle here and why is he trying to make money out of this? As opposed to, what's his angle here? Why is he doing this? And I feel like there's a big distinction, a big difference in all of that. Regardless of that though, I guess we can sum it up as saying the experiment was an absolute failure and it provided all the feedback that I expected. There was no surprise to it. The only surprise is that I wasn't surprised. In a way, I guess you could say, like I said in my initial video, I was hoping it would light a fire under people's butts to get to watch these videos. If they knew they wouldn't be there in 48 hours, that they would get to it right away or at least in the next couple of days. And they didn't. Like, they didn't care. And that is the harsh reality of what it is. So you go make your videos making fun of me with my failed social experiment, but all it was trying something different. And I'd like to think that is championed in a day of YouTube being so monotonous, where everyone's just doing the same thing every single day, all the time. Someone out there willing to make a change, willing to take a risk and make a difference and try to see what happens when you do something different. Even if it doesn't work, at least you tried. And that's the way I'm looking at what I did with all of this. So I'm going to relist the videos that I removed from the channel, and I won't be removing anything going forward after 48 hours. The unfortunate thing in all of this goes back to my original point though, where I don't want to just cover drama, but God, like that is all that gets views. If you try to talk about video games, sorry, too bad, so sad. There's already established channels that do that, and you cannot break through that glass ceiling. It's impossible. So my angle, just being completely transparent with you guys, is using drama to get attention on my channel so that people hopefully will pay attention to my video game videos. Hopefully will see something that they wouldn't have seen if I didn't draw them in from a different place, which is what the drama is. It's not that I hate talking about the drama, it's that I like talking about video games. I like getting attention on these smaller indie titles. I like having conversations with people about my passion with video games. I also like to talk about drama, so that will always be a part of the channel as much as I don't want it to be. I feel like that's who I am, and I want to keep the you in YouTube, and that's what it is to me. I know I was thinking for a while to split my channel and to Smash JT for video games and then Smash JT drama. And then ultimately I decided against that because it's YouTube. It's what I want it to be. I don't want to change who I am to fit in a small box, which is what the algorithm always wants people to do to be successful, is focus on one thing and just cover that all the time over and over again, and people get used to that, and that's what they expect out of you, and they don't want anything different from you. If they do, they go to someone else for that. I hate that aspect of YouTube. I really do. I feel like that removes any kind of originality. It removes any kind of risk-taking. It removes any kind of potential for uniqueness because everyone gets stuck in these ruts of just doing the same thing over and over again instead of covering what they want to cover and talk about what they want to talk about within reason. Like for me, I could talk about anything I wanted to, but I like to keep it within the video game realm. Sometimes it goes outside of that, but for the most part, that's where I like to keep it. And that's where I plan on keeping this channel going forward. But that's the box it's going to be fitting in. It's a very large box, and it could deal with video game drama, it could deal with video game reviews, it could deal with news that I'm excited about, or rumors that I can't wait and hope they come true, or talking about recapping events like Nintendo Directs or conferences, or live streams and playing video games. By the way, tons of support on my live streams recently, so thank you guys so much for that. I have a lot to be thankful for. I'm not going to look at this entire thing as a complete failure and that it was worthless. I think there was a lot to learn from this, and the biggest thing being the community cares. They might have an interesting way of showing it, but holy crap, were there a lot of videos people made about this decision, and it was very interesting to hear where people stood. As much as some of them might have come across as aggressive or annoying or completely one-sided, at least I got to hear different opinions on it, and just knowing that people make these videos about my channel shows that in some way, shape, or form, everybody cares, at least somewhat. And in that is the success I was looking for. I'm going to leave the video right there. Thank you guys so much for hanging with me, sticking it out through all of this, because I know it's been a little bit bumpy over the past week or so, but thank you. Truly thank you for my supporters. I appreciate you guys, and I can't wait to see what happens next. Thank you so much for watching, and as always, you stay smashing.
Smash it,